Hello everyone, today we're going to spread a little bit of love with some macro photographer appreciation, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, my name is Constantine. Welcome to my channel Macro Photography, where we make little things a big deal. I wanted to take a few minutes to show some appreciation for some other photographers that encouraged me to get off my own butt and get back into macro photography and even start my own YouTube channel. If you're a follower of my channel or you're just stopping by, I do encourage you to follow these macro photographers because they are tremendous and have a lot of insight. And I'm going to put a link to all of these photographers' channels, if they have channels, or Instagram pages in the description below. So click those links and follow them. Started a little while ago with an article here in this magazine talking about Dom Komarechka, who does some amazing snowflake photography. You just cannot beat his work. From there, I got a link to his Instagram account and have been following him for quite some time, trying to figure out, what he does for these amazing snowflakes. As it turns out, what he does is a lot more than what I can do right now, but I do still follow him, and I purchased his book that he had on Kickstarter, and I'm just waiting for it to arrive. So I want to show some appreciation to Dom Komarechka, and I'm going to put a link to his Instagram in the comments below. One day while cruising through YouTube, I happened to come across a video by a wonderful gentleman by the name of Lee Hall. I don't know how it came up in my feed. It was pretty random. I can't even remember what I was searching. But it was one of his first videos. And he didn't have a fancy studio. He didn't have a fancy setup, fancy lighting, or anything of this sort. But he's sharing what he learned on macro photography. It's partly because of Lee that I got back into macro photography. He reminded me that anyone can do it. You don't need to have anything fancy. You don't need to have the hottest camera, and so on and so forth. And that inspired me to get back in, to take some more shots, to do different things, look at macro in a slightly different light. Now, Lee does a lot of water drop photography, dandelion seeds, and so on and so forth. He's a tremendous individual, and I suggest you follow him if you don't already. Through Lee, I learned about Stuart Wood. Stuart Wood is another macro photographer out of the UK. He does a lot of insect photography in particular, and jumping spiders even more. He has a few jumping spiders, and I've learned a lot about jumping spiders from his channel. He's a tremendous individual. He's got his own website where he offers some macro backgrounds and Lightroom presets for your own editing work. Again, not necessarily a fancy studio setup. He does have a dedicated room, which is very, very cool. He doesn't have a lot of fancy equipment. He does some very simple macro photography with tremendous, tremendous results. And I do encourage you to follow Stuart Wood as well, if you don't already. Through Stuart Wood, I came across another photographer by the name of Michael Waddell. He is, I can't remember, out of Finland or Netherlands. I forget, so I do apologize, Michael. I'm sorry, I'm getting that incorrect, I'm sure. Macro photographer who shoots with a Sony camera and several different lenses, including some Canon lenses with various attachments, Lauer lenses for the Sony mount. He does a lot of outdoor macro of insects and other things. So I encourage you to follow him on YouTube as well. While doing some other YouTube searches, I came across another wonderful macro photographer by the name of Alan Wall's Photography. It was his videos on the macro lighting frame that he did that came up in my feed and really intrigued me, and actually encouraged me to build my own lighting frame, which you see in a couple of my videos. He is a tremendous photographer. He does some very interesting work with microscope objectives as well as macro work, image stacking, and more. He speaks very clearly, and he's very, very easy to follow for new macro photographers. So I do encourage you to follow him as well. Finally, between Stuart and Michael Waddell, I came across Thomas Shahan, another tremendous macro photographer, definitely more of an insect photography, does a lot of workshops, taking photographers out into various parts of the world to photograph insects. Beautiful work, beautiful imagery, and definitely someone you should be following. I think that as a community here on YouTube, we need to spread out more. I don't think there's any one person who is going to offer people everything they need and want as a new photographer or even an experienced photographer. You're going to get different bits and pieces from different photographers, the way they describe things, the way they demonstrate things, their approach to macro photography. There's always something to learn. I've learned things from all of these people, and I've been a photographer for probably about 25 years and really enjoying macro photography for probably about 15 years. There's always something to learn. Macro photography isn't just about insects and flowers. You can do so much more with it. Of course, those are popular subjects, but you can make a lot of small things a popular macro subject. So this is just a quick thank you to all these individuals who have helped me on my own journey to get back off my own butt and get back into enjoying my passion for macro photography again. Thank you, all of you, from the bottom of my heart. You mean the world to me, and I appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, if you're just stopping by, if you're a follower to my channel, subscribe, like, share, ring that bell so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you soon. Remember that in the macro world, we make little things a big deal.